Hello, it's John from Harwick Junction. Sorry it's been a while since I posted the last video. I've just had an issue of my camera phone that decided the camera to break and rendered useless. So obviously I've just picked up my new camera phone. It's a Samsung A51 and luckily I picked up last week just before they closed the shops for non-essential items. So it was quite handy. So I'll be using this now, my new mobile phone. It's got a quad camera on the back, so hopefully that'll improve the quality of the videos I'll post and the pictures I'll post on Instagram on the Harwick Junction account. So with the situation we have with COVID-19, it's a perfect time to spend time on your model railway in self-isolation or self-distancing. Luckily I stocked myself up with bits and pieces from my local model shop up Norwich, Great Eastern Trains, and they were still open on Saturday, but as from Tuesday they are now currently closed. The only place you can get model railway bits and pieces are your online suppliers like Hatton's and other ones who operate on a mail order system, but even then they're restricted on output because obviously the staffing issues and the delivery issues. So maybe you just have to make do what you've got to hand while you're working on your layout. I've got plenty of stuff to do. I've been doing plenty of stuff in the layout. I will show in a little while what I've done recently on the layout and the work that Malcolm's been doing on Tiffany Station too. And like I said, it's a perfect time to do stuff in the model railways because obviously you can't go out and about apart from your one daily exercise a day, a local walk. You can't go out driving about, doing sightseeing, anything like that. So it is a perfect hobby to do when you're sort of twiddling your thumbs thinking how I can entertain myself. So obviously with model railways, with myself, self-isolation up here in the loft, even if Malcolm popped round to help out, because you're allowed one person excluding your household in your homes. Obviously that's a personal decision. With me, I'm happy with that because I obviously just make sure that everything's wiped down after Malcolm's left with my anti-bac wipes and on the door handles and that, and anything what's been touched, other tools and etc. But because the loft is over 30 foot in length, self-distancing is not an issue because obviously Malcolm can be one end of the layout working on Tiffany Valley and I can be up the other end, so we won't be in proximity of each other, and you know, that's my take on things. But obviously if the Gov UK put different restrictions on, then I would abide by that and adhere to that, because obviously we do want an end to this pandemic, what seems to be gripping the world at this moment in time. But we'll change the subject. No doubt you're fed up with hearing about COVID-19 and seeing it on the news daily, so we'll go back to talking about model railways. So I've since my last video I have been doing some bits and pieces on the layout, some scenic work on line side fencing running along here on the branch line, what I'll show you in a minute. Malcolm has been doing work on the Tiffany Valley Station with the canopies. We have ordered small canopies from Rouser Sheffield, and obviously they haven't come as yet, so maybe it's just due to staffing issues that they haven't been shipped out. But you know, it's not the end of the world. We can get on with other things on the layout. I've done an extension on the passing loop in the station here, the Island Station, so that's handy for putting in a freight train when the passenger trains on the down lines coming through, or vice versa. So putting that rolling stock into, so obviously that's been done. I've added a little gadget I will show later as well on the layout. just to give it a bit more realism as well. So I will demonstrate that later. It was a bit fun, and that's about it really. It's just basic scenery stuff I've been doing on the layout. So I'll be working up here this afternoon, doing some more work on the line side fencing and putting some signs up, the speed restriction signs, the BR signs from Pico. I'll be installing them because I painted them. And just run some trains. So what I'll do this as a little video, and then I'll post another little video of just a running session. So what I'll do now, I'll just show you what I've done on the layout. Well, this is what I've been doing recently on the layout, and that's been installing these line side fencing on the branch line. These are the Wills Ratio Great Western fence posts. I didn't use the wire what's supplied in the kit. It's like a nylon guitar string. What I've used instead is cotton. The texture of the cotton looks like wire, as you can see. In a detail closely, it looks like lines, so it looks like galvanized wire. So that's good texture for that. So it looks all realistic. So I've done that all the way along the branch line, as you can see, all the way down. As you see, what backs onto the cement works, what's down there. The fencing goes on the point there, then along there to the point where it goes onto the main line. So that little job is done. I've also, as you can see, if I just zoom in here slowly, installed little speed restriction signs, one there, and we have, whoops, zoom out a bit, and one there. So I added them for a bit of realism, and I will be installing the fencing along there up to the bridge. What else have I been doing? Well, I've also installed a passing loop on the main layout on the down line. You see it runs in there. At the moment we've got a coal train running in there, being pulled by an WD austerity. The original loop, well, I wouldn't cast as a loop. That was just an off track off the down line. But you can see there where the sleepers track used to be, and they used to hook up to a point here, then down. It used to connect just about here. So it's a very short little loop section. It wasn't really a passing loop. So as you can see, I rejigged it, and it's now a nice straight run all the way down there. So you get a nice long train sitting in there for a freight train to sit in to let the express train come through. Also created a little head shunt. So storage there, got the two Royal Mail, as you can see, the old Royal Mail parcel vans sitting in there. So that's a nice little storage area for them. So I've done that. Another little job I've done is created a bit of realism on the layout, what I will now demonstrate to you now. So just bear with me. So what I've installed is something to give the station a bit of realism. So this is what I've done to give that bit of realism to the layout. The 10:55 for High Oak Junction will be departing in 5 minutes. The 10:55 for High Oak Junction will be departing in 5 minutes on platform 1. Thank you. Yes, I've now got a tannoy announcer. And as you can see, got the speaker just sitting there on just near my Velux window. And then you think, well, how do I get the sound? Well, this is how I do it. I've got an old CB radio home base that I used as a PA. There's a switch on the front what changes it from CB to PA. And then I've got a microphone. This is your standard CB microphone, but this one is a power echo microphone, and you can adjust the echo on the side of the microphone. So when you speak into it, it gives a nice tannoy announcement, as I'll demonstrate once again. The 1055 to Harwich Junction will be departing in 5 minutes. The 1055 to Harwich Junction will be departing in 5 minutes on platform 1. Last call. Thank you. So that just gives it a bit of realism on the layout. So I've installed that. It hasn't cost me anything because I had that radio kicking about in the loft. So that's another thing I've been playing around with, just to have a bit of fun up here on the layout. The next thing we've been doing, what Malcolm's been doing, is working on Tiffany Valley. Now, Tiffany Valley Station is coming on leaps and bounds. First of all, this is the scaled our signal box, what is in crimson and cream. These station buildings here, the paintwork, like on the doors here, the guttering, downpipes, all that was green. Obviously that was a clashing with the signal box. Now the signal box, painting that green would be more tricky with the detail, so we've decided to paint this one. Could be more easier to do. So Malcolm, as you can see, has painted all the doors, the guttering in crimson, because luckily Umbral do acrylic paint in crimson. Here it is, the Umbral acrylic, and the code is for that is RC403. So we managed to do that. That just sort of ties in with the rest of the station. Obviously, as well, he's painted the rails around the subway in crimson. They were originally green. These benches, luckily they come ready painted crimson. They're the Scaldale ones, so it's handy. So to match with the rest of the platform station. And then he's been making a start on the, as you can see, the station canopies. These have come out really well. These are the Wills kit ones, station canopies, SS54s, and he's painted them, the cap, the woodwork cream, and then you see it's just a bit of crimson line on the woodwork there, crimson on the pillar supports as well. But they really came up really well, the canopies. So we have ordered some more. We were going to purchase some at Alexandra Palace show last week, but due to the situation with the coronavirus, that show obviously got cancelled. What's understandable, you've got to be sensible in these difficult times, so we had to turn to obviously mail order stuff, because obviously now local model shops are shutting their doors. Our local one in Norwich, or a local one for me, Great Eastern Trains, has now closed its doors as from last week. So obviously there's no supplies from there. It's lucky I went in there last Saturday and picked up some bits and pieces to see me free. We can't finish off the platform edging there. We usually use this. It's a sheet, and it comes in bigger sheets. It comes like sheets like this, and it's self-adhesive. It's embossed, so you can feel the brickwork on there, and it's, you see it's got lime cement in there, so it looks realistic. And for the platform brickwork, it is engineering bricks, weathered engineering bricks. We'll try to get this, but it's currently out of stock at the moment. And obviously the company who make it is Redutex, and as you can see, handmade in Spain. So I think that's going to be a bit of a problem at the moment, the way the situation is ongoing there. And you feel for the ones in Spain at the moment, the suffering they're going through with this coronavirus outbreak. So if that's least our worries at the moment, we can make do of doing other things. So that's what's being done currently on the Harwich Junction layout. So I'd like to say thanks for watching, and keep safe, and keep modelling in these difficult times. I will post another video shortly of just a running session on the layout. So but as always, keep watching my videos, please. Please leave any comments. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. And there's a little icon on the YouTube, a little bell icon. If you click on that, then that will notify you of any other videos that I would upload. So thanks again for watching, and it's bye for now, and keep modelling.